Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso, in the battle of the zone. Well, I'm going to show you my baseball cards and my. I want to open these Pokemon cards, see what's in there. Let me show you some of my baseball cards. Let me organize them real quick. If anybody been watching, I've been basically collecting the same baseball cards over. So, I got the eye of the baseball card. I wish Grandpa was alive. I would have showed these baseball cards. I think these are the cards he would have collected. This one. I'm not sure about this one. That's that one. Almost there.
That's too much work. WeatherTech is so much easier. Laser measured floor liners up here, seat protector and cargo liner back there. Nice. Now here's side window deflectors and mud flaps.
They told me to get a hobby, so I've been collecting baseball cards since I was a kid. It's a good hobby to collect baseball cards.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric.
Just because you all want me to give up in life doesn't mean I'm going to give up in life.
And hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet.
Not a lot of motivation back home from war.
And now with free pickup, Mom is obsessed. So we have more time for us. New users get 30.
So I try to motivate myself. You know.
Free pickup.
Between the internet,
The DuckDuck tablets.
is that all internet does is hate and screw people's lives over? Or only a few screw people's lives over. No, not even.
Research. DuckDuckGo helps keep companies from launching innocent routes. Join tens of millions of people.
I guess I show them first.
Today. DuckDuckGo. Privacy is
That goes over there.
The time-saving element of Tovala changed my day, my night, and it just makes life easier for me.
I still collect, you know, how people put rumors on celebrities and people on the internet, and I still collect Mark McGwire. They put a rumor on Mark McGwire that he took steroids or something. That's why he was so good in baseball, because he took steroids. But steroids doesn't really give you. People don't make sense how people put people down, because steroids doesn't really give you the skills to play baseball. It just gives you muscles. So I don't understand how that happened. So I collect Mark McGwire still, even though they have a rumor on him. Because taking steroids doesn't give you skill to play in baseball. I don't know how that happened. But we know how the internet works. If you're not cool enough, people put you down.
Good. Looks like we're covered.
Almost there, don't worry.
Just have to pay the deductible.
$1,000. Stinking crooks. All right. Here's what you do. You get your contractor to add an extra grand to the bill. Then when your insurance company cuts you your check, I get it back.
All right, Dad, look, I don't want to hear this.
Hey, Dudley Do-Right, wake up! This is the way the world works. It's built into the insurance system.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's also built into the criminal justice system. Category fraud.
Nerd!
And if I've been doing this right, these cars are worth a lot of money.
You driving in the house and
Just because they wasn't appraised. Alright, I did it. This one, I'm not sure. These two. I guess I start with these two. I found these two on the internet. Another thing is, the more I look online and look at these baseball cards, the less I see of this card. So, this is a rare Babe Ruth baseball card I think I got two more back there in that bag.
I told the kids to leave the back door open so you get that nice cross ventilation going.
Get a focus so you can see.
Okay, great. What are we gonna do? You talk to them. You talk to them.
What do I say?
You see? You're upset about this.
Watch this, she's gonna take her side now.
Would you say something?
One thing I will say about your father is that
So I had to get the focus because I've been hacked my whole life. People just keep hacking me. No respect to the soldiers, just keep hacking my computer. There we go. Look at that. Oh man. That's cool, man.
Frank, you're gonna pay for this.
Look at that, man. This supposed to be a rare Babe Ruth baseball card. I should have like 4 of them.
Are you just standing there?
What am I supposed to do?
You check the back.
Frank, I want to check for $1,000.
Yeah.
don't hold your breath.
Frank, I'm not kidding.
Fine. Fine.
It's not a reprint.
Apparently,
Remember
people care about
when they first started baseball cards, you had to cut your baseball cards off of advertisement boxes like Cracker Jack boxes or clothing lining or wherever they put their baseball cards. So they had to cut out their baseball cards back in the day as a kid. Now, you just go to the store and get a package of baseball cards or whatever you get in that package or whatever the set. So I got 2 of that one. So these are 2 rare baseball cards. It's supposed to have nothing on the back.
Taco Tuesday. For a meal for your future in-laws.
And then I go to
With McCormick by your side for over 130 years.
these.
It's gonna be great.
Now,
Mania, the #1 free
I got 4 of them. 4 signed Babe Ruth baseball cards. Now, think about it. Baseball started in like 1800s, 1876 or something, 1860s or something. So, Babe Ruth was between like 1899 to the, I guess Babe Ruth died 1948.
Less than $57.
So,
Knowing that we are covered, it simplifies life.
I'm just saying, I think Babe Ruth likes signing his name. Babe Ruth likes signing his name. There's more. Double check your baseball cards. Because Babe Ruth likes signing his name and giving baseballs and cards to kids. So Babe Ruth likes signing his name. There's more signatures out there than you all think there is as Babe Ruth. So, think about it. Baseball cards started in the 1800s, and I bet Babe Ruth was right there. You know, when they first came out, Babe Ruth was right there on their cards. So, remember where the other cards got advertisements on the back of the cards? Well, other ones came out with a blank that came out like that without no advertisement. So Babe Ruth was right there. I think when the cards were coming out, Babe Ruth was right there, and he signed these cards. Look how neat the signature is in Baby Ruth. There's 4 of them. I got a bunch of these now.
Look how Shakes look 20 grand.
And he signs in the same spot all the time. When you sign your name over and over and over and over again, you get used to signing your name. And Babe Ruth had a neat handwriting. So when he constantly signed baseball cards, he had a particular way of signing the cards. I noticed when he signed these cards, it's dead center of the card. It's dead center of the card, in the middle of the card. Like when he signed his baseballs, I noticed Babe Ruth like signing in the middle of the baseball between the laces. He always like signed it between the laces and everything. So there's the other signatures over there, but when they made these cards, some cards went to advertisement, so that's why they had advertisement on the back of the card, or where the card came from that like clothing store or cigarette boxes or whatever. Well, other cards came like that with no back to it. So people get paranoid and think it's a recopy or reprint because there's no back to the card. But these cards are like the beginning of century, 19th century to the 1800s. So the cards now look like Terminator made baseball cards now. Back in the day, it was just a simple piece of cardboard. It wasn't all big. It was just a piece of cardboard. So people take it the wrong way when they look at the card. But when I look at the card, I see his signature. So while they say on Action News or say or whatever, ain't that many Babe Ruth signatures in the world? They're wrong. Imagine the only thing they had was radio. Their TV wasn't big back in the day. It was radios. People had radios in their living rooms and everything. So they had, and the main thing that was going on was baseball on the radio. Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, and Shoeless Joe Jackson. So these are names that was coming over the radio, and that where like Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley or a famous celebrity or baseball players were really famous back in the day. And I believe Babe Ruth, like if you look at his signature, Babe Ruth likes signing his name. You know, he felt great to sign his name. He was like, baseball cards. I'm signing my name on this card. And he wanted to see how good people would take care of their baseball cards and what this would come out to be. So he likes signing cards and baseballs. I don't know how many baseball bats he signs, but there's a decent amount of baseballs and baseball cards, because some of the baseball cards had advertisement on the bottom of the card saying, if you collect this much wrappers or collect this much cards or collect this much, you get a photo of or a signed baseball or a signed card. So there was one point Babe Ruth was sent down, and the company that made the card was signed. That's why the signature looks exactly the same on every card, because he constantly sat there and signed a whole bunch of cards, and that's why it was always neatly in the middle of the card and everything. So it's people. I think people see back in the day. People were more calmer down back in the day. Things were slower back in the day. Life was slower, but now with the internet, people live their lives so fast. People look at things so fast. They don't double check their. People do make mistakes. So just double check, because I got a bunch of these. And I don't care what any expert will say to me. I don't care what any. I'm trying to get inside Babe Ruth's mind. You're a famous celebrity baseball player since baseball started in America. And all people wasn't talking about action news. People wasn't talking about reality shows. People wasn't talking about shows or movies. People got up out of their homes and lived their lives and watched baseball games. And if you're a fan of Babe Ruth, you go to the stand hoping that you catch one of them home runs from Babe Ruth. So it's different back in the day and now. You know how fast people judge each other and hate each other on the internet just like that, without even thinking about, oh, that's my friend. Who talks bad about my friend? But how TV and the internet is working, you all talk bad about each other constantly. And it's upsetting. It kind of sucks, how people, I felt like as a veteran coming back home from war, oh, hey, I'm going to come back home alive from war, and everybody would know me because I served my country as Commiso, and everybody would help me out and everything. But how the internet works, how everybody talks shit about each other. And it seems nowadays everybody believes everything they hear on the internet right away. People are not good friends to each other. People don't know what it means to be a good friend to each other anymore. So
Not only in saving you time, but it does save you money.
I've been collecting these baseball cards for years, and I basically, it's. There's more real cards than fake cards. And I have a whole bunch of these with different types of advertisement, and I got a good amount of his signature right here. So, if you look at the signature, you could tell it's a handwritten signature. There's no doubt about it. I'm not sure why people keep saying reprint, because, like I said, if it's a reprint, the company has to put the date that it was reprinted on the card, because people can lie and say it's a real card. So the company, it's a copyright thing kind of going on. It's a legal thing, so they have to put reprint on it. But there's no reprint. That's gonna, because people, how America took pride of their country back in the day, their flag. When they built American cars, they built American cars strong back in it. They took pride of their own cars and everything. The same thing with baseballs and baseball cards. At one point, America took pride who they are as Americans, as an American. You know, that every restaurant tastes good in America, every grocery store. We took pride of our own clothing, of everything as an American. As soldiers died for our freedom, they took pride of everything they made in America. So, that's them. Then these are, I got a bunch of these now. This is Joe Jackson. His nickname was Shoeless Jackson because apparently his shoes, I guess he was so happy at playing baseball, he forgot to put his shoes on when he was playing baseball. So he was running around with his socks on the game. So that's why they called him Shoeless Jackson, because he was so happy playing. See, people took pride of their own game, even baseball. He was so happy playing baseball, he forgot to put his shoes on. So that's why it was Shoeless Jackson. So it's got like a purple kind of tint looking thing. But people use reprint and fake so much, it sucks, because you really think people are lazy. How much fake you think is out there? So sometimes the color is off. I notice sometimes the colors is not exactly the same all the time. When they printed baseball cards, it's not machine. It was a machine. It was a machine, like how they use machines now, technology. So each card wouldn't have the same color. That's why I got Jackie Robinson cards up this high, collecting over the years. And every color is like a different tint of that color of that card. It's kind of cool because, you know, over time when you keep printing, you run out of ink. So I got a card from Jackie Robinson. It looks like the first printed card to when they gradually faded the color of that card, because the ink was running out when they pressing the card, the image on the card and everything. So that's the back of the card. And these two, when it says reprint, it does say reprint when it reprints. These don't have reprint on it. I make sure it does that. Because usually if it's a reprint, it's either above the line here or up here somewhere. But these don't have reprint on it. So I got a bunch of Joe Jackson now. I'm going to hold on to my cards. All the cards I have, I don't know how much money it will take to get all my cards appraised. So I'm just going to hold on to my card. You know, I worked hard for the stuff in this apartment. And if I ever get to meet a wife, get married, and have kids of my own, if I'm allowed to do that as a American hero back home or whatever. Because nowadays, people use the internet by running each other's lives on the internet, by hacking each other constantly sometimes. So if I would be able to run my own family one day without the internet's, whatever heck that is, how people work or whatever. These the toys that I collect and the cars that I collect, I'm going to hand it down to my kids. these cars are going down to my kids or whatever. You know, if I can't afford their college traditional college, one of the baseball cars will pay for their college or whatever. So, if people like to take things from the veterans and make the veterans sound like assholes and make the veterans sound like they're not a hero or whatever. And remember, the stuff you take from me is what I was gonna give down to my kids. That's why, but right now, these cards are Michael Commiso baseball cards. So it's just cool to hold on to these cards as a Joe Jackson cards or whatever. Trying to get it focused. There you go. You see? It's got a little dark purple going on there. Sometimes it's a light purple because it's not printed. The ink is just like so that's them two. Then I got a bunch of these now. You know, they say on Action News it's not a lot of these out there, but before at autograph. So Agnes Wagner probably hanged with Babe Ruth. So Agnes Wagner probably signed cards just like Babe Ruth, right? Before, you know, Agnes Wagner didn't want kids to smoke cigarettes, but the cigarette companies printed baseball cards. So before he said stop making these cards, they probably made a decent amount of these cards. They try to get rich off of the baseball players, so they probably printed a good decent amount of these cards. So not everything you hear on TV and not everything you hear on the internet is exactly true. There's more of this card out there. Yes, not a lot. Like, you know, compared to how many Mark McGwire cards they made, because it's technology, how much they made to this card. But there's a decent amount out there. So, this is Agnes Wagner. There you go. You see it? And then there's his autograph. Also, before I buy things, I do a decent amount of research before I buy the thing. So I looked up Agnes Wagner's signature, and that's how he signs his name. He's got a unique letter going on there. This is how Agnes Wagner signs his name. So I got a good amount of this signature card and a good amount of this card and everything. You know?
Pretty good dark voice, huh? Dunkin' Midnight. America runs on Dunkin'.
So that's a good card too. And I got Joe DiMaggio. I got a good amount of Joe DiMaggio, but I'm going to try to find more of Joe DiMaggio cards. So this is Joe DiMaggio card. This is the card that everybody wants, I guess. And if you look in the back,
Call your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or grasp.
it's not a reprint.
Ask your doctor about Fasenra.
Spice things up. Thanks news.
Chewing gum, that's the company, Worldwide Gum, Big League. And there's no reprint on the back of the card. So I got a bunch of them. I got a few more of these, I think. I put all my baseball cards in the ACO book bag, and it's all full and heavy and everything. I got it on Facebook or whatever. You know, it seems, I feel like as a veteran, you know, people forget about their veterans. People forget about a lot of things, but what soldiers had to go through to get back home alive. You know, I'm a goofy soldier at war. You know, every soldier has their story, and every soldier. It was difficult to come back home from war. You know, because apparently they make everybody sound bad on TV and the internet, and actually it don't matter who you are, they make you sound bad or whatever, who you are as a person. So, you know, after 9/11 attack in New York City, soldiers came back home from war, and you know, people like they probably did to the in the past of, oh, your war didn't mean anything. I can't believe people will say that to their veterans. Oh, your war didn't mean anything, so you don't deserve that much more respect than the other wars that was happening in the past, kind of thing. When the whole world was there when 9/11 attack happened and saw that happen on TV, on Action News. So when people were afraid of flying after 9/11, veteran soldiers flew around the world and served their country, while not every soldier came back home after 9/11. So, people, you're kind of giving your veterans a hard time and everything. It kind of sucks for what you all sit back home and watch on YouTube and see what veterans soldiers went through. You know. So I collect things. I like collecting things. I collect more than baseball cards. I guess they tell you to pick a hobby back home so to distract the veterans' minds of the outside world and how people treat each other on the internet and everything. So I think that's why they told me to get a hobby, so I collect baseball cards. Let me see. I'll go with this one. I got a good amount of this card now. I figure I keep collecting the same thing. This is also a rare Babe Ruth baseball card. You see the dotted line? This one is one of the cards you had to cut out from an advertisement, and they gave you a dotted line to cut on. But not everybody cut it on the dotted line. I guess they to show that this was attached to a box, so they kept that dotted line on the card. So that's why it's no back to it. This was on the advertisement from a box. So the older cards, a lot of them don't have an advertisement on the back of it. So I guess people get nervous and saying, oh, there's nothing on the back, it must be a reprint or a fake. But they had to cut their cards from the boxes back in the day. So most of the time, it probably wouldn't have anything on the back of the card.
Listen, Amy.
So
I think we're good to go.
this is a rare Babe Ruth card,
Yes.
I mean, we make a good couple, right?
and I got
Yes.
a good amount of this card right here.
About us being together.
So that's cool. It was not a praise.
I'm listening.
I guess people have a nervous.
That you and I.
It's kind of difficult to appraise every damn card in the world. So don't as people overreact on the internet and overreact on television or have a nervous breakdown.
What I wanted, but I've decided that you
Don't have a nervous breakdown if your card is not appraised yet. Think about it. You get to appraise that card. How old this card is back in the 20s or 30s. We're in the 2023. A lot of these cars are 100 years old to 1800 to the 50s, 60s, 70, 80-year-old cards. And they're still in that mint condition. That means the people that had these cards took care of these cards. You know, because people like collecting baseball. I think people like collecting football cards and others. But I think the main back in the day were baseball cards. Because it wouldn't matter who you are. Everybody in the whole world was into baseball, American baseball cards and baseball and everything. You know, imagine being a kid. I wish that would have been cool to see Babe Ruth hit a home run as a kid and said, I'm going to get that ball and get a sign from Babe Ruth. And Babe Ruth like kids, you know, Babe Ruth like kids. So every time some kid came up with a ball, Babe Ruth was like, I signed that for you. Because he liked being Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was so proud of himself being a Babe Ruth. He signed. There's more signatures out there than everybody think there is. So I got a bunch of these now. I gotta get more red ones, but the more I look up, it feels like it's getting harder to find these cars. So that, like American Pickers, and they said to bundle. So I trying to bundle things on eBay and eState. So I got a whole bunch of these blue ones stacked this high. And the red one's about a little bit lower. I gotta get more red ones, but they're getting harder to find. I can feel it. So, then people ask, what are you gonna do with all these copies of these cars? Well, I'm gonna hold on to them. I'm a collector right now. I feel like all these cards belong to each other or something. Sometimes I get sad if I don't get a card. Like eBay is an auction, so the price of the card can go high or low. That's what an auction is. So I couldn't afford it sometimes when the car, and I was like, "Damn, dude, that would have been cool part of my collection if I had it, but I lose it." So I got more of these. The blue version. There's the red version. I think there's another color of this car. When I look on YouTube and stuff and watch the different, I don't have every Babe Ruth car. There's some different ones I guess they're the harder ones. But if you look at the back, you see how it looks like a newspaper? Because baseball cards were newspapers to the sports. That's why it looks like a newspaper. And it's not reprinted. There's no reprint on it.
I saved myself for you.
And you could tell, when you collect cards over the time, you could tell they're not fake, dude. When you sometimes see, these are considered, I would consider these are mint. Sometimes when you see the card, you see a break in the color. There's a break here, there's a break there, right there, or whatever. It's cool that, look, there's no break in the color of the card. So, you know, it's kind of fun. It's like a scavenger hunt, or like, you know, Indiana Jones trying to find a rare antique or a treasure. The same thing with baseball cards, because you never know what you're going to find. You know, when you go on eBay, you type in Babe Ruth. All you have to do is type in Babe Ruth, or Babe Ruth card, or base. Just type in Babe Ruth, and all this Babe Ruth stuff comes down. So sometimes there's nothing there, because I got these on eState. On eBay, they're running out of Babe Ruth cards. They got on eState, you know. I can't afford the thousands of cards, so I look for the cards that are about the price I can afford. And these are the red ones. These are the red ones. This is the red version. Look what they had to wear back in the day. That must be hot as hell. There's cotton now. Look out, that looks like a jacket. He's wearing a jacket playing baseball. That must have been super hot to wear. But look how young Babe Ruth looks. I got more of the red ones. This is in good condition too. There's no break in the color. And then there's the back of the card.
Give every morning a fresh start with the Jimmy Dean Delights breakfast.
No reprint.
Full of protein and ingredients you want. From wraps to bowls.
So that's that one.
You'll never have the same old again.
Then I got a decent amount of this card. Every time I think, I'm missing something, I buy the same card again. I feel like I should have more of that card, so I buy more. I try to find more of it. And I got two of these now. I consider these cards mint condition. I tried right away when I get these cards. I put it in the plastic sleeves. These are the better. You gotta get these plastic sleeves or whatever. They got the flimsy plastic ones. They're not that. You gotta get the hard ones, so the card won't get bent. You put them in here so the card won't get bent or whatever. See? There's the advertisement on the back and bottom of the card. But you don't see reprint on the card. But that's a good card to have. I got a bunch of them. But I'm going to try to keep finding more. Get this over here. This is another rare Babe Ruth card.
My name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
I try to get it focused
This is Tanya, and what
so you can see the card.
sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. I love it.
Again, it doesn't have a back to it. It just means that this card was probably gotta get cut out from a box.
The skies, that's real hot.
That's a good picture of him.
Dogs bring out the good in us.
So that's a good one.
Pedigree brings out the good in them.
Here's another one. No back. No back.
Did you know one of Nissan's EVs survived the North Pole?
This one, you see the dotted line again? This one was cut out from a box. See the dotted line? I got a decent amount of this one. These are, you can tell sometimes what's the rarest from the rarest. Well, it's harder to find these, but they're out there. You know, people throw out things so fast. Yeah, they throw out trash, but people throw out a lot of things, you know. So imagine how many over the years people throw out baseball cards like it's nothing. But that sucks, because you could be throwing out something cool as hell. So that's why these are rare. It's harder to find these cards. But I don't agree with Action News or some of the. There's still people got attics. Usually people store things in their attics. When they get things over the time, they store things in their attics. So imagine all the houses in America and what people have in their attics, and they don't know what they have in their attics. You can have cards like these up in your attic, man. So I'm gonna keep seeing if I can find more, but I think these are harder to get find too. I got a decent amount of this one. Oh, when you find a card, no back to it. When you find cards that are attached to each other, don't cut the cards together. Keep the cards attached. I got Babe Ruth with like hang this T-Way Cobb, I think it was. T-Way Cobb and Babe Ruth are attached to the same card. To this, don't cut the cards. Keep the cards together. There's a reason why the cards are attached to each other. And sometimes I bet there's a card where T-Way Cobb and Babe Ruth signed that card at the same time. That's why they keep the cards attached. But if they're separated, they're separated. But these are good cards. See, people panic. You see how the edges are not exactly cut like the other card? Because who can cut exact same size of the card? So people panic. So see how this one's shorter and this one is a little bit more? It's because they had to cut their cards from advertisement boxes from stores and everything. I got more green ones.
Don't believe the hype.
I got more green ones. I got a few side ones. When Babe Ruth signed these, he usually signed up in this direction. He signs up in this direction. He signs on his arm right here. You see the back of the card? It's not a reprint. If you see, like I said, they have an advertisement on the bottom of the card. And in the corner, it's stamped 1933. Sometimes the older cards, sometimes the date seems like it's not matching the card as well. It's because I think they didn't want to put, since Babe Ruth died 1948, The car probably was made in 1948, but they came up with an advertisement on the bottom of the car saying 1949 or something. Because they didn't want that bad luck on the car to say Beirut died in 1948. So I guess a lot of companies didn't want to put that date on their car. So they found a way to having an advertisement on the bottom of the card or whatever saying 1949. So people look and say, oh, it's supposed to say 1948, but it says 1949, and they think it's a reprint, but it's not. I think they just didn't want to type in 1948 on the card or whatever. So that's the green one. This is a good one.
We were talking on the phone and I was getting that same vibe.
That's another good Babe Ruth card.
Well, you know, Bobby, I'm no Snow White. I've got my share of dates.
See in the bottom of the card again? They have, if you collect this much cards or packages, you win a photo from the Babe. This, I guess this photo.
Oh yes, I feel the other here.
We need to be together.
Yeah, I noticed when I was a kid,
Meant to be.
it's hard to find your card in it. You know, when you buy the price guide from the book, sometimes your card is not always going to be in that book or price guide. Or you're not looking up the card right. What you do is you're supposed to say chewing gum Boston, or see, there's two different types of names on here. The chewing, you would think look up chewing gum company, then they will have the Galilee Gum Company. See? So when you look it up, you don't know if you're supposed to just look up chewing gum company or the one down here. Then you got Indiana and Big League Gum. So you gotta double check your cards. It could be in there, it could be not. But
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think you're
I can't. I explain it in the next video.
Wouldn't you like something more?
I showed you the.
Relationship?
A pizza and hot sex? Most guys would consider that the perfect relationship.
This is the yellow version. So.
Bigger arrangement.
I got married.
And this is the red version. So there's a green version, a red version, and a yellow version of this card.
Fun. I saw that vanilla pudding you were dating. Emily.
Amy?
You can't.
So I got a few signatures from the yellow version, a few signatures from the red version, and a few signatures from the green version. Then it's just
Serious?
the card itself.
Yes, I am serious. Now kindly,
And you will look at the back.
your foot.
It don't say reprint.
Fine.
On these cards, usually it will say reprint above the line right here. If it's a reprint, it's either above the line or below the line. It will say reprint. But
Then okay to you. That's right.
it don't say reprint.
Robert Malone is not available for a booty call.
Sorry, the camera's retarded, but that's the yellow version.
For fast sore throat relief, try Vicks Vapor Drops with 2
This is the red version.
Vicks Vapors for fast-acting relief you can feel. Vicks Vapor
I bet the color means something, the red version. But I gotta look it up more.
What's going on? That's the salt baths of the 80s. This is today's salt baths.
There we go.
Shakes with 20 grams of protein.
protein can be so
And then you look in the back.
Give every morning a fresh
It doesn't say reprint.
Delights breakfast.
It has to say reprint,
Ingredients you want.
or
From wraps to bowls.
the company.
Have the same old.
I think the company.
And hope you were proud.
And sometimes you can tell it's reprint. So,
For every moment with Glucerna. It's the #1 doctor recommended
see?
that's scientifically designed.
It don't say reprint.
Live every moment. Glucerna.
So that's another good card. Then I guess, this is a good one. This is a good one. This one, I noticed there's different sizes of this card. There's a small one and a little bit bigger one. I think this is the little bigger one. But they also got a little ones of this card. So remember, like how they make baseball cards today. It's like until you get to that card, they make different types of that same card. If in the newer baseball cards, you look at like, you have to get that card that looks like the card that's worth something. But how the newer cards, as the older cards, they made different sizes of this card. So don't freak out if you see a little card like this and it's not the size it's supposed to be. They made it that way, like they do now. they make so much same card of this same card that they do now. It's different, like the shiny one, not the shiny one, something in that card or something not in that card. That's the same thing. Don't freak out, because I noticed there's a smaller card of this version of this card. They make so much different types of the same card. Freaking out and everything. Collecting cards is supposed to be fun, so don't freak out. If you freak out collecting baseball cards, you gotta find something else to do. Because collecting baseball cards is supposed to be fun and everything. So that's why I just say, you know what? I don't care what you listen to experts on TV and say, okay. But I just kept on collecting the same thing until I say, all right, this looks like it's good. This one looks like it's good. This one looks like it's good. And it looks good to me. It looks like it. And it don't say reprint. It has to say reprint. And don't throw out your reprints, you retard. Keep your reprint cards too. Because then when you have your reprint cards, you can prove the real cards from the reprint cards. So the reprint cards are worth money too. Because the reprint cards shows your real cards, they're real and everything. Oh, here's a good one. This one is Agnes Wagner. This is the blue version. There's not that many from the other version they had. I got a few of the blue ones. See that? That's cool. And from when it was made, I would consider this as mint, because the card that can survive this long from wars and violence on the streets, I would consider this pretty mint. And then American Camel, a cigarette company, made it. You see it? American Camel. Yeah, but it don't say reprint on the back.
Okay, listen, I screwed up.
So that's that one. That's a good card to have.
Just come over. Okay, I'll be right.
Let's check this one.
Thanks, Mom.
Sometimes when you collect cards, you just want that one baseball player. But sometimes they throw out other baseball cards. But that's cool. It's Matt. There's some. Matt, I heard of him. Well, it says T. Ray Cobb on the back. I think T-Way Cobb had his own kind of, at one point, company. I think T-Way Cobb had his own company making cars.
Would have been worse.
This is the T-Way Cobb part of the collection. But it's another player. That's a good card to have. There's the another T. This is the T-Way Cobb collection. King of Smoking Tobacco World. And it's that player. It's Speckler. Speckler. That's cool. Oh, here we go. This one's signed. I got a speech impediment. I can't. This one's signed. I can't say his name. Largus. After that's a sign. You notice that how Babe Ruth signed his name and Hangus Wagner. It looks like every player tried to do the same way of signing them. And that's that one. That's that player. There's the signature. There's the T-Way Cobb collection. Smoking Tobacco World. This is Johnson. So this is all part of the same deck. This one is the Ponian oh, I guess that's what that guy was. The Ponian Lajoy something. There's that guy. And it looked like they try to mark their cards. When you see a dot like that, I think they was trying to mark their cards. Somebody was trying to mark their cards back in the day. The Boys Clothes Store of St. Louis. So that means every state had to put their advertisement from the store that it came from. So, damn, dude, at one point, there were a lot of these cars, older cars, but imagine how people, oh, this is not real. How, damn, man. Imagine over the years how many people threw out their baseball cards because they didn't think it was worth anything or it was. Damn, man, that means that's why there's less cards in the world, because everybody just threw the cards out, man. You know, same thing with toys. You know, if a toy gets broken, I can throw it out. But there's less toys in the world too, because kids break them. Yeah. But people just throw it out, just to throw it out and everything. That's why there's less toys in the world too. Oh man. This is Cobb. Everybody, that's the Cobb. There's Cobb. T-Way Cobb. There's C-Way Cobb, T-Way Cobb, C-Way, T-Way, someone. There's mixtures of names. This is not a reprint. When it's a reprint, I noticed people marked their cars back in the day. See the dot? They marked their cards for some reason. That's the dot was for a reason. But if it was a reprint, it will say either on the corner or below the line or above it. But it doesn't say reprint. No reprint. So that's a good card. I got a few of these now. Oh yeah, there's a good example. Oh, that's it. It's Seaway Young and T-Way Cobb. They must have been brothers. See, you get them two mixed up. It's Seaway Young and T-Way Cobb, or something like that. I forgot. It was something like that. There's one of them going on around here. Look at that. I got a few of these now. Now, usually when it says reprint, it will say reprint right there, or right there, or right up there. It's not a reprint. So that's a good card. No back. That means this must have got cut out of the box. Now look. They got different tint color. I noticed there's like an orange one and a red version. There's an orange version and a red version. Look. You see the different colors? I got a few more of these back there. These are rare. I don't have a lot of these. I figure the less cards that I have in this card must be the rarest cards. These are all rare cards, but the ones that I don't have a lot of must be the rarest ones. So these are. Don't freak out when you see a different tech card. Remember what I said. When they print a card, imagine that same ink trying to make that card. Over time, the ink will fade, making that same card to press. So, different tip. Don't get freaking out when you see different tip cards. It just means that press ran out of ink. It's still a real card. And sometimes they do things. You know, printing a card is a type of artist. So the newer cards, you try to find that one card, and they make all different types of that same one card, but different, like shiny, not shiny. It's an artist that makes these cards. So there's a reason why there's an orange one and a red one. Now these are these. The T-Way Cobb. This is the T-Way Cobb collection. T-Way. This one. The Cobb. See now, there's a blue version, and now there's a red version. Even I found some cards. The back of, like this card, the back of it is pink. The background is pink. The background is pink. So there's reason why that background is pink. As this is red. There's a red version. You see the different colors? The colors mean something. Now these I'm not sure. These two I'm not sure about. I just got these cards because this one, it looked like I don't have this one. But I do have this one, but it's in a different way. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about these two. It looked like this one was cut from a box. But I'm not sure about these two. So. And then these are my Mark McGuire. People, how the internet works. People can rewrite somebody's life on the internet by hacking their lives and everything. You know how you read a book about Albert Einstein, and you feel sometimes when you read the book of Albert Einstein, they're not really telling the truth of his story of his life. It feels like there's more to his story of Albert Einstein. It's not. It feels like they're not telling everything in a book. It feels like they're leaving some stuff out. Because they made it sound like Albert Einstein. Yeah, he had a good heart, but he was a bad guy that came up with the atom bomb or whatever. But they're leaving out shit and make it sound like bad. Like sometimes when you watch TV, they leave out stuff to make that person sound bad. So the same thing with the internet. People hack your life and try to rewrite your life. Oh, Commiso's a bad soldier back home. Like I don't even know why people will even say that kind of stuff. I have a good heart and I care about people. So I make videos for a reason. I like making videos and I like to let out stuff and everything. So even though they talk bad about Mark McGwire, I'm still collecting Mark McGwire cards. So this is Mark McGwire's rookie card. Right here. This is Mark McGwire. I have one when I was a kid. So I've been collecting a bunch of these now. Mark McGwire. This is Mark McGwire's rookie card. You see the back? I was trying to collect the whole deck of this card, the whole set. I got a good amount of the set of this card. So the card that's worth more from the set is the Mark McGwire card. I think people say things bad about each other. I don't know if people are jealous or haters or just a mean person that put people down, but it's like at least Mark McGwire did something with his life. At least Michael Jackson did something with his life. I feel that people put down people that did something with their lives. You put me down so fast as a soldier, but at least I graduated from high school and I did something with my life. It just sucks how people think, and it sucks how people talk about each other. It just sucks. I have a speech impediment and a learning disability, and somehow I graduated basic training. I went through the hard part of military, and I served my country. So it was hard for me because the way I guess I'm a slow thinker or slow. I don't think like everybody else or whatever. But it's just how you just can't believe how mean people can be to each other as people. I try to joke with my family. I make my videos to joke with people. I try to make people laugh with my videos if anybody got that by now. So, this is Mark McGwire's rookie card. Remember that. That's because I think he was in a different team. And then over here, that's another rookie card, but Mark McGwire. So I got a decent. I got more of that card than this one, so I might have a few more of this one. This one has the orange back. I almost collected all the cards from this set. And then this is the sticker of Mark McGwire. And then that's another Mark McGwire. See? It's the number one card. It was the Diamond Kings. So that's a good card. That was the Mark McGuire card. And now all the baseball cards are done. Now it's time to open the Pokemon card. It's time to see what's in here. Even though you can see the cards in the front. Let's see what's in here. I bought this in the art store. Let's open it up. When you open your Pokemon cards, see, when you open baseball cards, you're like, when you open, it's about the same. Pokemon cards, you gotta get it open there.
Wow, I'm in the wrong business. What is inside that? Is it caramel?
Let's see. It's got some protecting plastic over the cover. Gotta get that open.
Okay, now just hypothetically.
Pop these cards out.
How many White Castles could you eat?
Then they got another protecting thing over this one. Let's see. Look at that card. Let's check out that card. Look at that shiny card. Ooh, Pokemon card. That's that one. This one looks cool. Let's check this one. Ooh. There's that card. Everybody sees that card. That's a cool card. It's a little bent. But it's still good in my taste of Pokemon. I guess this is the main card of that box. Wow. Then they give you a bigger card of that. Look at that. That's cool. I got the bigger card of the card of Pokemon. And it's got packages that drip down the floor. I got 4 packages. Now where'd it go?
Dad, how many times have I told you stay out of my makeup bag? I took one lipstick. Call the cop.
Well, I guess 4 packages. I guess that was the only one. Felt like there's one more.
I'm putting you on hold.
Alright, let's open it up. Look, that's that one. Pokemon. They probably do the same thing with Pokemon cards. There's so much Pokemon cards, I can't keep up anymore. Every time I think I'm done collecting Pokemon cards, I'm still missing some old cards I need. I still need some old cards. And I don't know if I ever going to collect all the newer ones. Look, I can't even open it. Oh, there we go. They seal these cards like no tomorrow. Oh, you got that card. Here's that card. There's a trick. I guess it's like 1, 2, 4 cards and put it in the middle. Oh, hey, look at that. I got that one. I got that one. Energy card. I got that one. Oh, it's got something different. It looks a little different. That one looks different. I think I need that one. That one. Might have already. That one. That one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not up to. I was almost up to date of cameras and stuff. Make it clear. That one looks different. He looks a little different. Oh, here you go. A shiny version of. See what I mean? That's the same thing with baseball cards. Here, I make a point here. There you go. So You see how there's a shiny version of that card and a non-shiny? That's the same way they do with baseball cards nowadays. You got the regular look and the shiny look. And there's another shiny one. I don't think I have this one. I don't have this one. I don't have that one. 3 more packages. Let's check it out. There's that card. And I think you take 4 of them and put it in the middle. I'm probably doing it wrong. There's that one. It looks like I have that one. There's the energy card. There's that card. Looks like I... Yeah, looks like I need that one. There's that card. Looks like I might need that one. Oh, look at that card. Ooh. It looks like I need that one. Look at that card. That might look different. Ooh. Look at that card. That's a cool looking card. Oh, look at that. Oh. Look at a shiny Pikachu. Does anybody have this one yet? This one looks cool. Look at that. Look at that Pikachu. Pikachu! 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 I like that card. That's a cool one. Let's see what's... Oh, another shiny. I like this one. That's a shiny one. Yeah, I like this card. Yeah, I like that card. I got 2 more. I got a good one. Let's see what's in there. Oh, there we go. Gotta open them upside down. There we go. There's that card. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Put it in the middle. Let's see. I have this one. I think I have that one. That one looks different. That one looks different. Look at that one. Look at that one. There's the energy card. I don't think I did it right. No, I got the shiny ones are in the back. There's that one. Ooh. That one looks different. Look at that one. That's cool. That one was cool. Where's that one? There's that one. Yeah. There's that one. I got this one. Oh, here's a shiny one. I think I have it now. I organized the older ones. I didn't really get to organize the newer cards. So, and then that card. Yeah, so I guess this is the shiny one. One more. Then I'll leave you alone. Commiso will have the whole world alone now after this one. When I get it open and everything. Then you all can talk about me and whatever people do. There's this one. There's that one. They take 4 and put it in the middle. It's like playing cards. It looks different.
Her character. So, where does she think you
That
are?
one I got that one.
I've got my Deacon in the background impersonation.
I look like I got that one too. That one kind of looks different.
It's not bad.
Oh, that one's different looking.
Background Doug.
Energy card. Look at that card. And then look at that card. And then look at that card. Here comes the shiny. Oh, look at the shiny. Oh, there's two. Oh, there's something behind that card. There's something behind that card. Let's see what it is. Whoa. What is that? I mean, what is this? Let's see. Whatever it is, it's 270. That's a high punch. 150, 270. That's a cool one. Well, I don't have anything else. I got comic books, but I'll do that next time, okay? And I'll leave everybody alone now. This is a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies online. I hope everybody's having a good New Year so far and everything. This is Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies.